So, a quick recap. I plan to do a full recap video, actually, because there was a lot that happened in the in-character chat. So I plan to make a separate little video just for that, and I will post it before this one, hopefully, as long as my brain continues to work properly. And yes, so if you want a full recap, watch that video. Oh good, I won't be the only one late. So, the quick recap, this game, the entire group has been asked to go to the Council of Dragons. Sorry, I got excited. And we're supposed to bring them on board with this whole breeding the factions together to stop Tiamat. But the super cool thing about this one is that each of the players, from what I understand, has a dragon NPC that they are going to control and play. Yes. So, that should make things very interesting. So we have a council of dragons that are going to be played. Individual dragons are going to be played by the players. I don't think any of us know who will be playing who, so that'll make things interesting. And then on top of that, we will be playing our normal characters, so that's gonna mix things up a bit. Yes! So, oh look at there. Got initiative and perception. I'm so glad somebody rolls a good perception. Hopefully we won't need our initiative, especially since Acodo is our primary dragon blaster. We don't like that initiative when we're dealing with dragons. But these are all good dragons. It's gonna be fine. Totally. Perception's good. Yeah. So, that's the quick recap. I will put this on pause if you want a full recap of everything that's happened in character, which has been a lot since we didn't have a game last week. Then I will have a separate video for that where I will actually take some time and read through in-character chat.
And for the morning.
Which are the items?
Yeah. Are you just shoving them all with the Acodo? Are you?
Well, I was curious. I mean, what exactly is the amulet of Solar's blessing? I mean, just looking at it, I mean, obviously it's an amulet of some sort.
Yes. I have to remember myself.
Yeah. And are dusk and dawn weapons?
Yes. They are twin blades.
Ooh. Nice.
The funny thing is the only person in this group who even uses a blade is Trym, and only greatswords. Most parties are like, swords, yay! And we're like, sword? Oh, man. Maybe we can give it to Jano. That is basically our approach.
Yes, Jano is definitely worthy of a powerful weapon.
Don't tell Duergrim about Malnor's +1, though.
Well, Duergrim doesn't know, hasn't formed an opinion, Malnor.
I won't lie, whenever I saw that the scribes were coming in with handfuls of items, I was hoping Coltbane would be in some of it.
As wonderful as Coltbane was, Dragon would probably not put it high on its value.
Oh, ouch.
But it was silvered.
It was silvered, yes.
That's about it. It was silvered. That's about it.
Oh, just like a silver sword or something?
Yeah.
It was just a normal greatsword.
Hey, excuse you. She was beautiful. She was
She was.
Sentimental value.
Yes.
Yeah, but you gambled her away.
Yeah.
Ouch. I'm gonna go dress my wounds now. Yeah, my first greatsword, and I had it silvered.
Hey, Aldrik offered to try and get it back for you.
No, but his chainmail is more important. Especially after all the baloney we went through just to lose a dragon. Sheesh. He did take some hits in that, didn't he?
He was pretty close, I think.
They've all been decently close, I think.
That's why Duergrim's suggestion of something to prevent them from flying is actually a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
I mean, if we could just keep it on the ground so it's not constantly just hitting us with its tail out of range, it would be fantastic.
Yep, that would be great.
Okay. Yeah. Let me get back to you on Solar's Blessing. I
Okay,
have it
that's
on my
fine.
downstairs computer. I don't have it on my upstairs computer, which is
Well, I wasn't sure.
My
I mean, the main reason Duergrim or Aldrik might be interested in it is, it has the word solar in it, so I don't know if that's related to like the sun, solar, or if it's more of just like there's a person named Solar.
Praise the sun.
I mean, it could also be an angel solar. Because isn't that a
Oh.
class of angel?
Yeah, that is.
So Aldrik is just curious as to possible connection to, I mean, angels, light, obviously.
We're totally going to end up stealing these, aren't
Yeah, I'm hearing some covetous reactions over
I
here.
know.
Well, if she can, Trym will present Head Cleaver's Wrath.
we? Oh, is this supposed to be like a one for one thing? I suppose that is a convenient number. You have an equal number of artifacts and an equal number of people. Is
That's
there
what I was thinking too.
6 of us? And 6 artifacts?
I assume they would look more, it would look
There
more
are
presentable that
5
way.
of us, right? Who's the 6th going with us?
No, Kia's coming with us, right?
Oh, right.
Would Duergrim let her carry one of the artifacts?
No one's asking Duergrim anything. Is someone asking him?
Why is Duergrim's health
He's
not
not-
at max?
Oh, because I took a...
A lightning.
Oh, that's from the lightning thing. You and Acodo both, I
but-
assume.
Yeah, but
Okay.
Where are
he
you
should be rested.
tokens?
Yeah, Alvin's on a different page.
I was like, how can you even tell that?
Stop spying on me while I sleep, Alvin.
Whoa.
Like, I mean, I know the beard is glorious, but
Alvin actually can secretly scry.
Ooh.
It's not a secret, just ask.
Why does Trym have 2 cards?
because Alvin,
Oh, she stole mine?
Excuse you.
you let her, gave it to her.
No. She tricked me into it.
Oh, excuse you. I recall, do it, Trym. I dare you. Boom. What? I got dared.
And jumped right in.
Oh, this is my old one.
You were hoping to find out what hers was?
Yes!
No. Mine's too devious.
Now she knows what mine is, because she cheated.
We have to pull the trigger on these cards at some point, guys, or else she's not going to give us any more.
Mine is very niche, as Trym now knows.
Mine is also very niche, too.
Okay, but they can also be used outside of, Monday night if you wanted to just.
I guess I could use it if I was with Aldrik right now, but I'm not.
We'll try to find uses for it.
Some of the ones on mine are just so horrible. I can't think of any.
Wow. I want to use it. Let's trade.
I would say mine. I think the picture is the best part of mine. I'm trying to figure out how to use the picture to apply to someone. I just don't know quite how. I mean, maybe if I gave it to Alvin, this would be relevant.
Wow, you let Acodo steal it?
Yeah, oh wow, okay.
Wow, I see how it is.
Who wants
Wait.
to trade their card with me?
All right, you guys.
I don't know how to give you card. Well, no, you don't have one to give back.
I don't know how to give it back.
She has to prompt a steal for you to
Okay.
give it back.
Actually, Trym, steal mine again, and then you can look at why I think it might be relevant for Alvin getting a message from someone. Just the picture part.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's hysterical.
The only problem is I don't know which the two cards is mine to get it back.
Just steal them both, and Trym will give you the one that's yours.
There, all is set to right.
All right. Did you guys decide if? I mean, you can just shove everything in a bag. I don't mind, but just to decide who's carrying what.
I guess the Acodo would carry the lightest one. Whatever. I'm guessing it's the fan.
I mean, Aldrik would carry that would tend to carry things that are likely to fit in his haversack, because things that are long and sharp can actually like cut open the haversack and ruin it, right?
But I remember it being able to carry quite a bit, though. Not as much as a bag of holding, but
Well, yeah, but it has to. I mean, it sounded like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, what if we just went ahead and put everything in the bag of holding, and then we could
Yeah,
present.
let's make a Kodo carry it all, and then we can all pull it out.
Yeah.
It can't be pierced or torn from the inside, Aldrik. It has to be from the outside, from reading this.
And I imagine the swords come with sheaths.
Oh, it can't be pierced to the inside? Okay, maybe I was backwards then. I was thinking that's how it got pierced.
So what happens to all the stuff inside of it if you cut it open on the outside?
Scattered across the astral plane.
Yeah, it ruptures and is destroyed. Contents are lost forever, although an artifact always turns up again somewhere.
Are we taking the mask with us? Either of them?
Yes. Acodo is gonna attune to the green mask, by the way, and he'll just give the ring to someone if they want it. It's just a ring of cold resistance.
We could just sell it like we sold the radiant resistant ring that I had.
Well, is Duergrim attuned to anything?
No. I mean, except Grudge Bearer.
Okay. Well, we could give it to him since he's a frontliner, and I do intend at some point to get a white dragon head.
Yeah, I should definitely go to Duergrim then.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Acodo hands the ring to Duergrim.
Acodo gave Duergrim a ring.
I know, right?
Oh,
Ooh.
Carries special significance in dwarven cultures. How many of there? 7 of these? Only 6 more to go.
so why would Acodo have one?
I don't know. He's really weird in a lot of ways.
All right, and is Hazaran in the same bag?
As Tilldawn, or is the other items?
I'm assuming Tilldawn is staying with Trym.
Right.
Yes.
Trym should totally carry Hazard. Not that anyone asked me.
She'll have an angel and a demon on her shoulder.
One
Except which
sticking
one's
over
the
each
angel? And which
Yeah,
one is the
there'll be the
demon?
one that's like politely answering questions, the one that's telling her to kill everything.
Guess which one's evil.
The one asking questions.
I would assume Hazaron's in the bag of holding along with the other artifacts.
Yeah, isn't some of them are sentient as well, aren't they? Like the
Bow
bow is.
bow.
Like you have a nice conversation.
Yeah. Just put Tilldawn in there. It's gonna be fun. It'll be fun.
That would actually be very interesting.
3 sentient weapons in there. It'll be fine.
It would not be fine when they came out, though. Especially Tilldawn.
All right. So you guys meet back at Castle Waterdeep.
Good morning, all. Shall we go?
Let's go.
Sounds good. I can eat some more dragons.
So do we know what's going on here?
All we know is that we are meeting Lord Clarion. And we are going to make an alliance. Or try to.
From what I understand, at least try to persuade them into it.
Right.
So there are going to be more dragons.
That seems very likely, yes.
My understanding is Lord Clarion was working to develop a alliance with the metallic dragons, and this was likely an opportunity to do so.
Where's Fergus?
Aldrik turns to look at Trym.
What are you looking at me for? I don't keep up with him.
If anyone knew where he was, it would be you.
I wish. But I don't. I haven't seen him since we arrived. Though I heard that he gave a green dragon a beating.
Wait, you saw him when we arrived?
No, I didn't see him. At all.
Oh. I misheard you, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, she said I haven't seen him since at all. Since we arrived.
Basically, since we've gotten here, she hasn't seen him.
I see. I
Exactly.
misunderstood. Sorry.
Not she saw him when we arrived, and hasn't seen him since we arrived.
Right.
Likely off gathering more wagons or some such.
And yeah, I don't know if he'd be old enough to go to the big dragon council.
Yeah, the Dragon Council is pretty exclusive.
Fergus seems a little capricious, anyways.
I mean, he's still relatively young as far as dragons go, yeah.
Oh, was he the kill of the dragon group?
That seems very fitting, actually.
He's not completely selfish.
No.
Oh,
Such high praise.
All right. You are greeted at the castle gate, let in by the guards, and taken to the teleportation room. Scribe there has a list and notes that you are to go to Everland. Nakia is there, waiting, looking slightly impatient, as it is, by the time you get to the teleportation room, just a little after dawn.
You've been waiting long, lass.
Alvin waves good morning.
I've been waiting a bit, but I had good company. And she kind of smiles at this guard who is off to the side.
Trym rolls her eyes and grumbles.
Aldrik looks at the guard and ties him up and just raises an eyebrow.
Yeah. Certain guard duties are have to be good to guests. Okay. And the scribe says, okay, so you are all going to Everland. Is there a particular place?
The something gate. Does someone that's not me remember?
It's written down somewhere.
I'm scrolling through it now.
Yeah, me too.
The Silver Moon Gate.
The north gate that goes to Silvery Moon. Yes.
Discord has a great search feature, thank goodness.
He says, well, the teleportation circle in Everland is very close to that. Just about 2 blocks south. When you exit the chamber where the teleportation circle is, there will be a couple of doors that then lead out onto the street. And that main street, if you follow it to the northwest, will be the exit.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay. So he teleports the 6 of you It takes about a minute, and the room fades, and you appear in almost the exact same room, at least it looks like, except there's no one else in that room. There are a set of double doors. And walking out onto the street, it is quiet, but there is some morning traffic, some merchants. You can tell this is a more of a business type of town, mercantile type of town. There are not a whole bunch of soldiers on the street, and this main street does seem to lead, if you coming out onto the street, if you look to your right, there is the main gates, which are currently actually being opened as you watch to the road beyond.
See, Nokia, our timing is perfect.
We can
Says-
barely hear you.
Yeah, you're really, really quiet, Paul.
He said mid-morning, so I imagine we're early. Is that any better?
Yes.
Yes, yes.
He says, what are we doing till then?
Wait, the gate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Alvin will just find a spot to meditate.
Did you say this was close to Silvery Moon?
It is
Yeah.
not close to Silvery Moon. It is the road to Silvery Moon.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
I mean, yes, it's closer to Silvery Moon than Waterdeep, but
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically the next major town to the south of Waterdeep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Did I say Watery Moon?
You did say watery
You
moon.
did, but
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It's so good.
we knew what you were talking about. Okay, so yeah, you guys wait outside the gate. The guards kind of give you this look because you're kind of hovering around, but you do find a clearing that is not quite to the caravan camp. That seems to be out to the north, and there's some kind of bushes and trees and a couple of wells that have been dug. So there's people who come from the caravan camp to come get water. But there are benches here. You guys sit down to wait.
And we're supposed to meet him at noon.
Mid-morning.
Mid-morning.
Mid-morning. Okay. That's better.
Trym's like getting anxious.
Yeah. It's like, not sitting here till noon, guys. Sorry.
Okay, so it is approximately mid-morning when Lord Clarion arrives. He's dressed in travel gear, essentially, not formal coats of velvet and such, but leather armor, but very finely made. Looks quite elegant, but used, meaning he's probably worn this in situations that have seen stress and battle.
Trym bows to him when he approaches.
Yeah, Acodo does so as well.
Good day. I wasn't told who is going to be with your group. Did you bring Bo?
Alvin stands, nodding. And, would you like to see her?
It's okay. We can greet each other when we get to our destination.
Okay. Alvin leans his back. Not right now. A little bit.
Bo, who had spent quite a nice day yesterday hunting to her heart's content, actually looks a little chunky.
Ooh. He may be mad about that. Oh, you're on a strict diet.
Barely opens eyes to look at you and goes back to sleep. So I don't believe I've met all of your group.
Duergrim bows. I am Duergrim Stormfist.
Greetings, I know your cousin.
And this is Naokia.
Kisselgron.
Something.
Kisselgron.
She needs to introduce herself.
She does not.
Alvin and Durger just whisper to each other.
Trym says, we'll speak up and say, Kisselkron. Now, Kia Kisselkron.
She's from Thay.
That.
She kind of inclines her head.
Can Trym reach over and poke her and make sure it's her? Just very lightly on the hand.
Yeah.
Random poke.
Yeah. Yes, there's a solid body when you poke.
Yep, that's her.
She does not. You feel like she's turned to glare at you, but she actually hasn't turned to glare at you.
Oh.
Mostly
That you
her.
can tell.
Yeah, poke her head.
Poke her in the eyes.
I can't, I'm too short.
You have a sword.
Yes, that would love to poke her.
He tells you, I'm here to provide transportation to the Nether Mountains, where the council is meeting.
Are we going to fly?
We should probably fly. It is not an easy journey by cart or foot.
Lightly bounces on her toes excitedly.
Alvin looks a little excited too.
Aldrik crowns.
Duergrim looks okay with this.
Yeah. Akodo's used to flying by now, so.
He says, I did not bring a harness. Did the Open Lord provide one?
Trym looks at the others.
Alvin holds out his empty hands.
I suppose we're winging it. Wink.
Huh?
Aldrik shakes his head and groans.
It's because he's a dragon.
Yeah. He actually does not look entertained, except that he winks back at you, Trym, when you're not looking. When other people are not looking. And then he says, we should head where there's less people who can see. And he leads the way kind of away from the coast and away from the city. It's about half an hour walk to get to a place where there's no ranches and no fields that are in the immediate vicinity. And he kind of goes into a small valley and transforms into a large silver dragon. And he says, I could probably carry 2 to 3 on my back, but the rest might need to be by claw.
Trym turns to Aldrik. Which of the 2 evils would you prefer?
Rather gruffly responds, the back.
So should we sandwich Aldrik between the 2 humans, Alvin and Acodo? And that way he doesn't have to see as much?
Sure.
Okay.
Guess Duergrim will take the claw option.
Yep, Trym will take the claw option.
Okay.
Trym can ride with Malkia.
Yeah.
Well,
You
girls have got to
agree,
stick together.
Trym?
Yeah. She'll just grumble. I guess girls have got to stick together, huh?
All right. Acodo, are you on the back or the front? Behind Aldrik or in front?
Do you want to hug a dwarf or be hugged by a dwarf?
That's a good question. Behind.
You gave him a ring, so.
Yeah. No, I gave Duergrim a ring.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Sorry, Aldrik.
We need to have it.
Aldrik is
boundaries.
always getting just dissed on like this. No one gives him rings.
You get to carry Murray's armor.
Yes! That's the best. That's super exciting. Which I've been meaning to try and use to scry, but one of these days.
All right. Should actually be a good use. Okay, so Lord Clarion takes off, swoops back, grabs Trym and Nakia in one claw and Duergrim in the other. And actually, yeah, Nakia could actually turn the whole lot invisible, but she's not.
Ooh. Okay.
I do need to move her over here. Okay. Okay, and he flies northward, kind of northeast, for several hours, and lands on a ledge of a very large cave opening. And about this time, it is very late afternoon. He transforms back to his human shape. And he says, the dragons will be expecting you. The council members wish to meet each of you first to familiarize themselves with you before the actual council meeting.
Okay, what does that entail?
So we're doing individual interviews?
Yes.
Oh my word.
He says you can go as a group to meet each of the council member. There are 5 of them. And then they plan to vote depending on how the meetings go, as well as how the general council goes. Do you have any questions?
What is the current proposal?
I'm sorry if this was said. What was that? Are we handing each dragon one gift? Are the gifts being doled out separately?
That would have been a great thing to ask Lady Silverhand.
Well, I mean, Lord Clarion's right here. We can just ask him, right?
He's good. Well, yeah, I'm sure he won't say just give them all to me.
Okay, in character. Lord Clarion, Lady Silverhand, gave us gifts to provide for the council. When should we give those? And to whom does each one belong? I don't know if you would be aware.
These are from the Waterdeep Treasury.
I do not know where they are from, only that Lady Silverhand provided them.
I would present them to the council at large in the formal meeting.
Okay, so after the individual sessions.
Yes.
Okay.
Then they'll fight over it. No, just kidding. Do you have any other questions?
I think Aldrik had one, and I think Duergrim had one.
Yeah, I'd asked. Aldrich had asked what the proposal, the current proposal was.
To the dragons?
Yes, that they were voting on.
They have not made one. Neither has the Open Lord. The idea would be that they would help fight the chromatic dragons. We would need as much support and protection from the air as possible if we are to march on the cult.
Okay, and we're here to convince themselves that that's a worthwhile endeavor?
Yes.
Okay. And Duergrim's BRB.
Okay.
Is there anything you can tell us about the council members ahead of time? Something that might give us a working platform for their personality or how to convince them.
Yeah.
What should we expect?
The council lead is Protanther. He's a former king of justice, which is essentially a royal title among the gold dragon. He refuses to meet with you before the main council. And he is not fond of humanoids, but particularly humans and elves.
And this Aldrik kind of nods and shrugs.
I see. And has he inclined why he refuses to meet with us?
Because he does not like you.
I see. And you said he's the head of the council.
He is. He has a long memory and holds the crimes of most humanoid races against each other.
Oh, shucks. Was really hoping to meet a gold dragon today.
Well, you will meet him, but only in the formal chambers.
I don't suppose a formal apology from one human would make any difference.
It might, but I would concentrate first on meeting and convincing the other council members.
Okay. Do you have any information you would feel comfortable sharing with us about any of them?
Yeah, he smiles. They have all been on this earth for many, many centuries. They are not always easy to impress.
Should we seek to impress them, or should we seek to simply tell them the truth and do our best?
I don't think it would hurt to impress them.
How does one impress a dragon?
I imagine it varies from dragon to dragon.
Imagine it might have impressed him if I had an ancient white dragon head. But then again, that might have not impressed them. Would have impressed everybody else, though.
Okay.
There, Trym.
Thank you for your advice, Lord Clarion. If there's nothing else, then I guess we'll proceed forward.
The dragons are each in a cave along the way, and the final council chamber is at the very end.
Is the cave linear?
Yes, but
Okay.
there are exits throughout for the dragons to leave and come as they wish.
But there'll be no mistaking our direction.
There'll be no mistaking your
Okay.
direction. Most of the exits are high above the ground. Okay, 1 second.
Were you here when Cindy was talking about Protanther, Paul?
I caught that he blames humans for stuff they do to each other.
Yeah, apparently he really hates humans and elves and holds the crimes of humanity. Like he has like a long memory and he holds a grudge for a long time.
Cool.
Sounds rather like a dwarf. That's not a big deal.
Yeah, will go well.
I'd like to get a gander at his grudge book.
It's probably quite impressive.
Yeah.
Duergrim and he can compare grudge books. That's how you'll show him how impressive you are.
Yes, with all of the grudges that I haven't avenged. I'm sure that'll be very impressive to him.
All right. We are actually probably going to go in. Okay. Sorry. So, you guys enter in?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Lord Clarion stays out. Do you have a marching order?
Who's doing the talking? Sorry. I imagine I should not be doing most of the talking. In a
Aldrik,
diplomatic setting.
Aldrik casually kind of stays behind Acodo.
Well, I could take point since I'm a reasonable height and the rest of you are all extremely large and you can look over me.
That's fine with me. I feel like you're about to encounter creatures even larger than us, Trym.
Yeah. Now, Keo is going to be at the very back. She was actually surprised to get a dragon ride out of this whole.
Did she seem to enjoy it or not so much?
Let's say she's not used to being off the ground.
Trym would have been egging that on.
Yeah.
Aldrik
Which made it worse.
I was actually mildly sympathetic to her.
So if Trym takes lead, maybe Acodo right behind her.
Alvin will be behind Acodo.
I guess then Duergrim, and then Aldrik and Nokia.
Sounds like it.
Okay. All right. So you enter into these caves. There's moss along the walls that kind of light up the caves. There's a lot of air movement here. The air is fresh. It doesn't have that kind of stale, still air smell. And very quickly after you turn kind of the corner, you enter into a very large cavern. It is, as Lord Clarion described, there seems to be a lot of exits up in the roof, like 3 or 4 of them. And your passageway, you can see by the moss and the lighting kind of goes beyond. But in this big cavern, there is a large, shiny copper-colored dragon. She immediately kind of turns as she notices you.
Oh, copper?
Yes.
Maybe she knows Fergalus.
He's bronze.
Alvin bows to the giant bronze dragon.
Yeah, Acodo does as well.
Copper.
Copper, bronze.
Duergrim does as well.
One's an alloy, one isn't.
Yeah,
So-
Aldrik does.
I'm assuming this is
This is
Tasmikela?
Tasmikela. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Professional. Be professional. So she blinks as all the little squishies move into the room. And, her gaze stops on Acodo in particular. Oh no. No. sorry about that.
Oh no, but just hope it stays up.
I always blame it on the squirrels. So, but there's any number of things. So, where did I leave off at?
You had turned and blinked at the small squishy. That's what I remember.
Yeah, I think that's about the last thing we heard.
Okay, so as the small squishy things file into the room, her coppery eyes shift to Acodo and halt, and they seem to be going over his clothes, and a growing look of, you can't tell if it's disturbed or disgusted, expression grows on her face. She says, "My, but don't we wear a lot of clothes, little one."
I think Acodo went to the bathroom.
Bad timing. Okay, so she'll just shift on and kind of look everyone else over, and she will kind of dip her chin a bit, says, "I am Tasmakella."
Alvin bows again. Says, I'm Alvin.
I am Stormfist. At your service.
And of course Trym introduces herself.
Yep, and Nokia. Actually, this is the first time you guys have seen her actually completely bow.
And her, as everybody introduces themselves, she will, her eyes are glancing over them appraisingly, and eventually stops on Duergrim's warhammer, and she says, "That is finely crafted. Can I have it?"
No. Sorry, is she talking about Grudgebearer or about the other Warhammer?
Grudgebearer. It's a hammer, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's a maul.
A mole. Okay. Yes. So that's what she's looking at.
No. But thank you for the compliment. It
She dips.
has a destiny.
She dips her chin. It doesn't look offended at all. And then she sighs and says, "I will be straightforward and say that I do not like this gathering of the factions. Well, not so much dislike it as I am uncertain of it." And she narrows her gaze at Nikila. Nalika. How do you say her name? Kia. She narrows her
Malkia?
Nakia.
Nalkia. She narrows her gaze at Nalkia. "There are many of these factions that have been presented that the Lady Silverhand wishes to bring together that I do not trust."
Nakia says, "We are fighting a common enemy."
"A common enemy, yes, but for how long? As soon as we have no common enemy..." She kind of glances over everybody. "Well, it wouldn't be the first time I've been, as you say, stabbed in the back."
When was the first time?
Her gaze shifts to you. Very long ago. Her eyes then shift down to your ring. She moves a little closer, lowering her head. That's very shiny. Can I have it?
No. But thank you for asking.
She nods slightly and lifts her head back up.
You are not fond of chromatic dragons, yes?
She seems to think about that for a minute, looking up at the ceiling, and then shakes her head. Not that I can think of.
And you are aware that a great number are gathering at the Well of Dragons, correct?
Yes, I imagine it won't be long till others join.
And you are aware of their end goal, of why they are there?
To raise Tiamat. So I'm
Right.
told.
Is this an issue that you believe metallic dragons could handle on their own?
She seems to think about that for a minute. Maybe if we had a lot of gold dragons.
Do you have a lot of gold dragons?
I do not.
Okay. Then, speaking with what we do have and what we have to work with, I believe none of us want Tiamat to be resurrected, as that would be a great problem for everybody. Would you say the danger of Tiamat rising is a greater risk than potentially being stabbed in the back by a humanoid faction?
She narrows her eyes a little bit. Seems to think about this. A good question posed, young one.
If it makes you feel any better, I empathize with you greatly. I feel like every other person we meet is stabbing us in the back.
Oh, and you still form an alliance?
Oh, not with them. They're dead.
She kind of rears her head back a little bit in some surprise. Oh, good. I guess.
Sorry, guys.
Welcome back. You wore too much clothes.
That's right.
That's what Tez McKella said as you entered the room.
Oh, sweet.
Well, we obviously can't offer any guarantee of what results after our alliance is created and after the Well of Dragon situation is handled. I do believe that it is for the greater benefit of everyone and everything. What is this? Oh, this is the chamber.
Oh, yeah, I'm just throwing one up. Without a dragon.
You have a very lovely cave.
Thank you. You should see my real one.
But yes, I believe the imminent threat of Tiamat's resurrection greatly outweighs a possible, and if I would say almost unlikely, betrayal of towards metallic dragons. I imagine there are very few factions dumb enough to try to betray an army of metallic dragons.
She seems to smile. An army, yes, but individual dragons, not so much. My
So it's more-
lair itself has been the target of many dumb individuals.
So it's more important than ever to stand together then, yes, if individuals are the problem.
Perhaps. The dragons have always been known to stand together. Just... And she lowers her head. Not with so many little ones underfoot.
If you like, you could. There will be many cultists to fight. I imagine if you wish, you could focus exclusively on the chromatic dragons and not have to be within 100 feet of of a small folk ally for the entire endeavor. But the effort required to, how you say, nip this in the bud is nothing compared to the effort that will be required to put Tiamat back in her hole should she escape.
Nokia says, Tazmikela, what would make you join our cause?
Her eyes seem to twinkle for a moment. Does Aldrik have his shield? Is Aldrik?
Aldrik, you're muted if you've been saying anything at all ever since Trym got back.
Not a whole lot. I've been listening. Hopefully you can hear me now.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean he's got a pair of shields. He's got the one he's carrying has the sign of Lathander on it. He's got the his other one strapped to his back.
And I imagine his holy symbol is out. Is that an amulet or is it on his armor?
It's yeah. Well, he has there's one holy symbol on his Lathander shield, but then his amulet is his main one, and it is out.
Okay. So, her eyes seem to light up a little when Kia says that. And then she just turns to Aldrik and says, "Your amulet is very shiny. Can I have it?"
Aldrich looks back up at her and is slightly puzzled. What? A dragon wants an amulet of Lathander?
What does anyone want in this world but some generosity?
Aldrich pauses to think. If I gave this amulet to you, would that guarantee your support in this endeavor for this alliance?
It would not guarantee anything, but it might take a step in the right direction to gaining a friend.
Friends are good, Aldrik.
So I'm trying to decide what Aldrich would do here.
Does anyone want to roll insight?
Sure.
Duergrim's good at insight.
Yeah. Aldrich wouldn't roll insight because Aldrich is just lost and is just considering.
I was about to say, if you roll another natural 20 insight.
Practically doesn't have to. Okay. And Alvin and Duergrim, what are you trying to read?
I'm trying to read why she seems to be asking after everyone's magic item. More specifically, does she seem to be implying that an act of generosity on her part would make her favorable towards us?
Yeah, Duergrim's functionally looking for the same thing.
essentially, you can tell she's looking, whenever she's asked about each of these items, she's been looking for something key. Not so much from the item, but particularly from the person she's asking it from.
Ah, I see. I think Okay, yeah, I get it.
Aldrik responds, I am loath to give this specific symbol, as it is not only a symbol of my gods, but it is also dwarven crafted, and if you know anything about the gods of humans and the gods of dwarves, it is not common that there would be a dwarven item made in honor of a human god. But if this is what it will take to make the alliance, then I will sacrifice it.
Okay. She does look very pleased. Does he hold it out to her?
No, he doesn't hold it out. He just makes the comment.
She extends a claw out to him.
Aldrik winces, but takes it off his neck and holds it out to her.
She smiles and pulls it close, and then dips her chin and says, "May the other dragons look favorably upon you, little ones."
Okay, that sounds like a dismissal.
Aldrik turns to exit, and right kind of near the edge, he looks back at her and the amulet, curious to see if he gets any indication of what she's going to do with it.
She stares back. She stares after him. Just a gentle smile on her face, and she's holding it close. Just watching.
Nakia is going to say to you, Aldrik, on the side, do you want me to try to
Steal it back.
change the look?
Aldrik gives her a half smile and shakes his head. No.
I can't tell if she's genuinely trying to help or if she's trying to get us all killed.
Trym goes up to Aldrik and pats him on the shoulder. "At least you didn't gamble it away."
That gets a larger smile from him. I suppose there's that.
It was worthy sacrifice, by any means necessary.
Yeah, thank you, Aldrik. I know it means a lot to you.
No, please.
Aldrik nods.
Okay. So you guys step away from the copper dragon, following the lit path. In the background, you can hear Michaela sounding kind of pleased with herself, and for some reason there's the smell of garlic in the air.
Garlic?
Mhm.
Huh. All right. Is it like the pleasant smell of like garlic sautéed in butter, like someone's cooking, or like the more like pungent, like dried vampire way garlic smell?
Like the strong, pungent, raw garlic type of smell. Okay. So yeah, as you're walking through next sort of tunnel, passageways, you do see carvings on the wall of a copper dragon. Looks very much like Tasmakila. And there's also some pictures of a kind of a human shape, discreetly naked near the dragon. And then you continue on through the moss and enter into another cave that has a silver dragon. Pretend it's silver. Sitting there, and he looks up as you enter, and says, I knew you were coming."
Duergrim bows.
And Alvin bows as well.
Acodo gives a bow as well.
Aldrik bows, but not quite as deeply. He's still a little distant.
"I am Tuscaladar." And he
Type
is.
that out, 'cause there's
Sorry.
I just wrote Tusk.
Yeah, right. I was like, Tescala. There's some other syllables after that.
Yes. Tuscaladar. Well, I don't know if you need it written. You'll probably see him later. But anyway.
Greetings, Tuscaladar. I am Duergrim Stonefist.
Yes, I know who you are.
Do you know who all of us are, or just Duergrim specifically?
I know of your names. My son told me them. I've been expecting you.
Oh. Is Clarion your son?
Oh.
He is not my progeny.
Oh. Now she looks very confused.
He is mated with one of mine, though.
Oh.
Oh.
You guys.
So what is your opinion on the matter of the day? Do you think this call's worthy?
The cause is worthy. And the people it is in charge to, entrusted to, has yet been to be determined.
What might we here say or do to assuage your concerns?
I've lived among you lesser races for several centuries. I find you neither good nor bad. Some are more one than others. And I find that if I stand aside, then you lesser folk will only focus on forwarding yourself and making the same mistakes again and again. I'm willing to support you, but I need something.
Name it.
I need restitution.
Does he look like he's going to continue?
Yes, hold on.
She has a list.
Yeah, he pulls out.
He pulls out this long list of
He pulls out a book written in blood.
yes.
Look like a tiny pair of spectacles and put them over his eyes.
start in the R section, please? There might be a wrath guy in there. We're already on his trail.
This is actually chronological, not alphabetical.
Date it!
Oh wait, never mind. That was my other copy. This one's the geographical arrangement.
He says, you dwarves, your ancestors once held large dragon meats to hunt our kind. I want restitution.
What restitution would satisfy you?
Two things. I want a representative, your cousin, the ambassador to Council Waterdeep, to make an apology, a formal, sincere apology for these dragon hunts. And during one of these hunts, they killed my cousin, made a cloak from her skin, and they have kept the trophies, even if they no longer hold these hunts. I want that skin.
Do you know who bears it? What clan holds this cloak?
It matters not.
I mean,
If your
If you
cousin
won't-
has influence, he will get me this trophy.
very well. I shall see it done.
He's looking very deeply into your eyes.
I mean, if you want me to roll a deception check, there's no
Are you-
need.
Okay. Or I was going to say, there's only a need if you were trying to deceive him.
Yeah, no, he's... Yeah, no.
Then I will be satisfied. You will have my vote in the council. And he's all, so why are you still standing here?
No, because I'm writing stuff down!
Trym bows to him. It almost looks like she's scooted away from the dwarves. Oh, filthy dragon hunters. And
Mhm.
and yeah, she bows to him. And then she'll turn around and lead the way out.
Yeah, Alvin will follow.
Because of the thing.
As they get further away, Aldrik will kind of whisper to Duergrim. Did he seem concerned about hunting of all dragons, or just metallic dragons?
But I'm going to assume he only cares about the metallics, otherwise he would have mentioned my family.
Aldrik nods. Let us hope so. Yeah, there's a purple in the deeps that very much needs killing.
I mean, if he has a problem with people killing chromatic dragons, this is not the council for him.
Yeah. That would be a hard no from him, no matter what we say.
Well, it's more of a, I'm wondering if you didn't like, a small folk specifically going out to hunt dragons, figuring that was more of a, that's the sort of thing that dragons should handle. Oh, we'll go with it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys continue on through the caverns. It kind of slopes a little bit, and Alright. And then you come into a cavern with a very large brass dragon. Who appears to be looking thoughtful as you enter.
How? I honestly, I realize I don't know how to pronounce this dragon's name. This is me, right?
Yes, Eleuthera.
Eleuthera. Oh, that's an I. Okay, that makes sense.
Trym
Okay.
bow as soon as she enters, admiring the shiny bronze.
Brass.
Brass.
Brass, that.
I thought aren't you proficient in blacksmith's tools? Not all metals are the same,
I know.
Trym.
I know. I can't help it.
Aluminum and silver are not interchangeable.
I was gonna say, is aluminum actually a thing in this? It seems like a rather, more tricky alloy. I don't know if aluminum even exists.
I think in ancient times it was still, you could still get it. It was just rare because it's hard to, I believe nowadays aluminum is mostly sifted out. It's mined and it has to be extracted from basically dirt. So it's a involved process. But you could still get small quantities back in the day.
I believe you.
What about transparent aluminum?
Well, that requires high pressure processes, and it's more of a anyway.
All right. Well,
And a special process from Scotty.
Eleuthera, his wings span wide as he kind of arches his neck up to look at all of you, and says, "Welcome. I have been waiting for you. I am Eleuthera, and you are."
Duergrim elbows Alvin.
Hi, I'm Alvin. Alvin waves.
Photo gives a deep bow. Acodo ruled the ghost. At your service.
Duergrim also bows. Duergrim Stormfist. At your service.
Aldrik Ironbeard.
Trym, Oakstone.
Nakia says. Nakia from Thay.
All true. All not interesting. Let's try something different. Tell me something true and interesting. A fact. Something I don't know.
Trym looks around at the others. Something he doesn't know.
No, you don't each have to tell me. Just something. Just one thing. You can talk to each other if you want. I don't mind.
Nakia steps forward. I have behind my ear a triangular birthmark.
Oh? That is interesting. Why is that?
It's the mark of my family.
Ah. Okay. Well, then let's get to business. To be frank, I do believe you're already worthy of aid. I'm more concerned whether you and the council at large should be the ones leading, though, if you gather my meaning. I don't find small folk to be particularly intelligent, if, no offense. I tend to think that you think in a little bit of the short term rather than the long term. If you don't really see the forest for the trees. Do you have anything to say?
Do you have It sounds like you have a leader in mind.
No, not necessarily. I am inclined to think which one of you might change that perspective of mine if you're inclined to. None of you? Any of you?
Wait, I don't understand the question. What's the question?
The question is, I do not think you are capable of leading intelligently. Can you?
Well, as short-lived as we are, it's true we don't lead with our intelligence. I, most of all, over many. But we charge ahead with our heart. We're passionate about what we choose to fight for. And in this case, we've chosen to fight for our world as we know it.
Afraid not? Okay. Then let me pose you this. There are artifacts that the cult are gathering, artifacts of great and dangerous power. The dragon mess. Are you aware of these?
Yes.
Are you in the possession of any?
Acodo nods. Yeah, Acodo steps up. I am in position of 2 at the moment.
I see. Do you use them?
Not recently, no.
Not recently, but you have.
I have in the past, yes.
Okay. Then, how about this? You give me those masks, and you will have my vote.
Not again, damn it!
Frankly, they are far too dangerous to be in the hands of small folk. You use them rashly, harshly, for means that would only come to destruction. It can't be tolerated. It'd be much safer if they were in my possession, so I may scatter them across the plains in places that no one will ever find them or be able to reach.
If I may. Well, the plans of long-lived folk, such as yourselves, your view extends many centuries, your perceptions, your plans, and I trust that you make good decisions in that long scale when the day-to-day activities balance out. But the game being played today is a very short game with very high stakes, and the long view may not help us win.
I see what you're saying. But the point in fact is that even if we succeed here, there is a chance that Tiamat will attempt to be resurrected again, and these dragon masks will be used to that end again. They are safest far, far away from this realm. I do not believe any of you capable of holding them safely and keeping them from the hands who would use them for ill.
Aldrik whispers to others. He has a point there.
Yeah.
He does.
With all due respect, though, I'd rather see them destroyed utterly than just scattered for some very intelligent wizard to go and dig them up, even if you believe they aren't attainable.
I can guarantee with absolute certainty that there is no wizard in this world that would be capable of finding them once I've scattered them.
I see no problem with giving them to you after the fight.
So you wish to hold them still?
It is not my decision to make. I am. If your concern is with the long game, then I think we can satisfy both the short game and the long game. But if you demand the long game be satisfied now at the expense of this conflict, then that I cannot make that decision. That is not my place.
Don't misunderstand me. The short term is also being brought into perspective as well. The fact is, as I said, I do not think you are capable of keeping those masks from the cult. Even in the short term, regardless of the long term, can you tell me with absolute confidence that you will be able to keep those masks from evil hands?
I'm assuming one of you guys has an opinion on this matter,
Trym's looking at Acodo.
because Duergrim's been in the presence of a mask for 3 days now.
To be fair, we lost one already.
Yeah, I was about to say actually.
Yeah, that's
Trym is,
why
like,
Kodo is
looking-
not.
Nakia says, would anything convince you that we would be trustworthy, at least until the end of this fight against the cult?
Well, to be frank with you, I do have a fondness for challenges, let's say. Riddles, mind games, that sort of thing. If you can beat my game, I will think you capable.
I'm so glad
Would
I
that be
fixed it.
acceptable?
Sounds right up Alvin's alley.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Alvin won't be participating in this.
Damn it!
Don't have a single smart person here. Well, except
Luthra gets
Nakia.
to choose who.
Trym will nod.
Aldrik looks to Acodo. Is it worth the risk? Do you need the mask that you have?
I mean, I've made do without it so far.
Then decide. Give me the mask now, or try to beat my game, and I'll let you hold the masks until this conflict is ended.
I mean, we could at least try the game. If nothing else, if we don't beat it, then we just hand the masks over anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if we're kind of turning away to discuss briefly, all I just say, in my opinion, it would be likely safer to give him the masks regardless. But if others feel differently, then it might be worth at least attempting the riddle.
Alvin would say, I think the mask would be a huge benefit for us to hold on to. It greatly strengthens Acodo in a fight, as we've seen already. I would not be so quick to give that advantage up.
I am also loath to give up a tool that we can turn against the cult.
What if we were to give up only the one that is not being used?
You mean
You
the
mean
one
the
that we
useless one?
You mean the one that we want? You mean the one that we want to trick the cult into stealing so as to sabotage their plans?
Are you saying this out loud for Luther to hear, or are you guys talking amongst yourselves?
Talking amongst-
This was talking amongst ourselves.
Okay.
We're huddled in a group right now. Yeah, I mean, doing the riddle wouldn't hurt. Or the game. Well, playing the game wouldn't hurt for the moment.
Alright, let's attempt the game.
Okay.
The enthusiasm.
Then I will select 4 of you to play. You, the human. The one with the fancy clothes. The 2 dwarves. And the halfling.
Alright.
I will pose a question to you. A riddle. A sort of puzzle. And out of character, I think you guys will be switched to a screen that'll make envisioning this a little bit easier.
Yeah, let me screens. For some reason my computer is acting up. Not very
This is good news. If there's a visual component of the puzzle, I am much better at these.
Yeah, this puzzle's much easier with a visual, so.
Okay.
Sweet.
Is it a Tower of Hanoi?
No. I love those, but no.
It's the word ones that I'm not great at.
Oh, I love this puzzle.
Oh, you're familiar?
Yeah, it's the.
The format.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it was a black screen, but now it's not.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the lighting works out right, because
Why do we
Are the
all have
pieces
like
supposed to be
6
manipulable?
tokens?
Yeah, I was about to say, are we gonna?
okay,
play-
so maybe the lighting's not working out. Hold on 1 second.
Hey, don't move my thing. I put that there. Stop it. I organize
Okay.
it very nicely.
Okay, so yeah, see,
Right now, I'm on
from-
one piece that has one little connector dealy.
Yeah, me too.
Now you should be only able to see inside a small square. Is that not happening?
I have a more of a rectangle.
Well, sorry, rectangle.
Yeah.
Just a rectangle. Everything around you should be black.
I
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just
I
one
can
little figure
s-
inside mine, but
Yeah,
I can see
just
my little rectangle and then the pieces off the board.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
so
that's what I
Duergrim can
was
see the
trying-
whole thing.
Okay, so hold on. For some reason, yeah. All right. Give me a moment. I need to.
Yeah, for me, the upper half of the screen is black, and I can see like my rectangle that my token is in, and then everything below that.
So you can see everything else, right?
Yeah, like puzzle pieces.
Yeah. So I think I'm correct. I can only see the rectangle that I'm in, which is bordered
Yeah.
by yellow.
me too.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see.
What has happened? Somehow. Somehow you guys have tokens, I'm not quite sure how, outside of the whole map. I'm trying to correct that.
I mean, Duergrim has 4 tokens outside of the map.
Yes, those tokens are not, or shouldn't be controllable by you.
Oh, okay.
Now I just have to find what happened to the other tokens. And John, that's you moving those tokens, right?
Yep.
Okay. So for Duergrim and Trym, you guys are the ones who can see other things, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can you find outside of the little box that you've got any token of yours that you can move? If you can find anything.
Not so far.
Yeah, no. I can't control anything.
Oh wait, now I can. In the lower right-hand corner.
Okay. Can you delete that one? See what happens when you delete it.
Yeah, I see 2 tokens just off the edge of the map.
Yeah, see,
The bottom right.
I can't get to them. I got to them before.
Let me see, it's not giving me an option to delete.
Okay, effective thing. All right.
We could just, well, no. We can do it without the visual. It would just be a little bit harder.
Yeah.
Are we supposed to be seeing just our piece and then communicating with each other what our pieces look like to put them together?
Once everything is set up, I will adjust what you see.
Oh, okay.
Let me try
Because
one.
everyone will be seeing something different.
Oh hey, a whole bunch of it just went black.
Yep, it works.
Okay.
I'm
I essentially set up dynamic lighting and boxed everything in so any pieces that are off the map wouldn't be able to see it. I don't know why that would work, but it did. I think, right? Now you guys can only see what's in your square?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so ready to proceed?
Yep.
Okay, so first of all, these are the rules. Rule number 1. You cannot speak to each other or communicate in any shape, way, or form for the duration of the game. Okay? Rule number 2. The first person to speak will be taken as the answer to the puzzle. If that person is wrong, or if he speaks out of turn without even providing an answer, you lose the game. Is that understood?
Aldrik nods slowly.
Okay. Now, the scenario is this. You will each see a wall inside, correct? You see like an L-shaped wall?
I can't speak.
Aldrik nods.
Just nod. It's fine. Okay.
Yeah, Acodo nods.
Now,
Nods.
I am going to arrange some tokens on your screen, so give me 1 second. If you see a duplicate of yourself, that's fine.
Is that the dragon telling us it's fine to do
This is John saying it.
Because I'd be a little concerned if all of a sudden I started seeing duplicates of
You
myself.
can't actually see this, but I'm going to explain it and imagine this is what you would see in your head, just to make this a little bit easier.
So from what I understand, we don't say anything, but then we'll be like called on to say
Nope.
something.
You will see.
Okay. Because the only thing Trym and I both basically got out of that is don't speak, or you're disqualified.
Okay. The game is this. Each one of you has a hat. There are 2 variations of this hat, a black hat and a white hat. You cannot look at your hat, but you can see the people around you and what color their hat is. One of you, however, is behind a wall. You cannot see that person, nor what kind of hat they have. That person, in the same way, cannot see the other 3. What you must do is discern what color your hat is, and then say it aloud.
It would be one of these.
Only-
Sorry,
Actually?
I was going to suggest that you pull the hat off, Trym.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point.
So Trym, just ignore it.
So
It
because,
doesn't really change it for Trym, because she doesn't.
Right. Hopefully.
so out of character, basically, I should only see hats on 2 people, and there's 1 person I can't see because that person's behind a wall,
Yes.
and I obviously can't see the hat on my head.
Yes.
But I'm trying to figure out what color hat is on my head. It's either a black hat or a white hat.
One of you has to figure out what hat you're wearing. Doesn't matter who it is. One person has to be 100% confident in their answer and speak. And there should technically be a time limit. I don't know if you want to do a time limit, Cindy.
Okay, so it's
Because when I originally did this, there was a 3-minute time limit. But I don't know. That may be a little harsh.
so this is purely just a guessing game. I can't look at my
It is
hat?
not.
Oh.
You cannot look at your own hat. And there is a guaranteed 100% way to come out with the correct answer for this.
I can look at the other person's hat? No.
Yep. If you weren't behind the wall.
I should say, Trym can't see any of us, right?
Nope. So I'm gonna have to somehow see the person on the other side of the wall? Two.
No, one of you four has to make a guess as to the color of your hat.
Trym, it probably can't be you since you don't know the other three colors.
Or even the one on your head.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to deal with something. So we have... All we know is that there are two colors of hats.
It's a black hat and a white hat, yes. And you need to know what color you're wearing. Only one person can answer, and that is the answer for the whole group.
Okay, hold on, I have to send you something.
Okay.
Okay, so between the four of us, there's only two hats.
You can't talk to each other, technically.
Well, and there's no indication of the quantities.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I made that clear. There are two white hats, two black hats.
Ah!
See,
Boy.
there's the key. Yeah.
Okay.
It makes
I think I said
so
at the
much more
very
sense now.
beginning, but I probably
But
glazed
Duergrim
over
might
it.
have been away.
Because I was sitting, I'm like, I can't come up with any way to figure this
I
out.
apologize. I should have made that more clear. Cindy actually
Okay.
just made me clarify that as well.
Perfect. Big, that really helps.
So, in character, the first person who guesses has to guess right as to the color of the hat on their head.
Wait, so there are two hats of each color?
Two black, two white.
And we can't look at our own hat, but we have to somehow look at somebody else's hat.
Yeah, no, Trym,
Yes.
you're pretty much out of luck on this one. I don't think you actually get to do anything.
And we're supposed to say the color of our own hat?
Of your own hat.
But only one person can say it.
Correct.
Good luck, guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit here and keep my mouth shut. She's actually got her arms crossed.
Wait,
Looks
I don't
rather
understand. Okay, whatever. Two hats of each color, right?
Yep.
Duergrim says white.
Correct. Congratulations.
That's not a puzzle at all!
You seem pretty puzzled over it.
Well, because I expected it to be a puzzle.
It is a puzzle. For the record, I didn't make this puzzle. It's called the 4-hat puzzle.
Okay.
I mean, which means that I have a black hat, I assume then, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Only one of you was actually capable of answering it. and
Oh,
Duergrim-
yes, that was exactly what I figured. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, I can see one black and one white, which means I can't answer this one. So I'm just looking at them, hoping they'll look up and figure out.
Yep, and Trym's trapped behind the walls. She can't do anything.
Yeah, I only see a white and a black hat, so.
Yep, Duergrim was the only person capable of answering, so. But yes, that's correct.
Okay.
So then, for now, in the short term, I will trust you with the dragon masks. But when all is said and done, I will need them.
I'm okay with that.
Acodo nods. Yeah,
Sounds
Acodo
fair
nods.
to me.
I think that is a condition we can all agree to.
Okay. Get out.
Duergrim mutters to himself on the way out. Whoa. That was...
At least he didn't ask you for grudge bearer. I didn't get the point of that game at all.
You're
So
breaking
I-
up a lot, Duergrim. I couldn't hear you
Yeah.
grumbling.
It's a lot more
okay.
interesting. I just looked this up online. And there's more interesting variations where you're all facing one direction
I
and you
guess-
can only see the people in front of you.
Yeah, I'm familiar with that variation too.
That's a more interesting one.
Or you're like on like on stairs or whatever.
Yeah. Huh. Cool.
Oh. Yeah, he's restarting.
Yeah, before I knew there was two of each, I'm like, I have nothing.
When I first read the character description for the dragon, I thought I was going to have to make up my own riddle. And I was horrified. Because I love solving riddles, but I'm terrible at making them.
You're good at judging them.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Okay. I think I'm back.
Sounding better.
All right. And you guys go slowly through the last cavern and come across a chamber with a large ancient what are we on? Bronze dragon.
Hello there, little ones.
Hello.
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 I am Nimmer.
Nimmer.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Nimmer.
Is that Nimmer with a Y or an I?
It's with a Y.
I wasn't in character, but thank you.
I was gonna say it almost sounded in character.
This is the part where you introduce yourselves in return.
I'm Alvin.
I am Trym Folkestone.
Aldrik Ironbeard, a cleric of Lathander.
Acodo rolled the gust.
And Nelkia of Thay.
Of course, Duergrim introduces himself. It is a pleasure to meet all of you. I'm so excited to see you. I have a few questions before we continue. It's so hard to keep you little folks straight. You, he points at Acodo with a talon. You are a member of House Roldigast, are you not?
I am, yes.
I've heard there's some going on with the leader of your house. Some marriage in the works.
Trym, was that a laughing in character?
Yes, she snorts in character and then pinches a bridge of her nose. Like, get it together, man.
Do tell me about that. I'm quite interested in all this intermingling.
What would you like to know?
Well, I heard that, I guess there isn't a leader to your house. It's a regent at the moment. And she's entertaining all sorts of suitors, including one from House Silmerhelf. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
Alvin. Alvin frowns. His brow furrows.
You seem to have an opinion on the matter. Do tell. This is to Alvin.
Yeah, Acodo looks at Alvin.
I am familiar with the Lord, yes. What,
What do you think of him?
frankly, honestly?
No,
It's
I
a
want you
question.
to lie.
Oh, okay, then he's great. Wonderful. Couldn't have a bad thing to say about him.
Excellent. And now the other side of the coin.
He's horrible. Not great. Lots of bad things to say about him.
List them for me.
I am not comfortable doing that.
Oh, well, I suppose I shall withdraw then.
Withdraw your question or withdraw your vote?
From this meeting, I thought this was a matter of some concern to you.
It is a matter of some concern to me. I am not sure why the regent's suitor and my feelings on him are relevant to that.
It's gossip.
Everything is relevant. How do you see the greater web if you cannot see the threads?
Okay, so you want to know my opinion on him then?
Yes.
I do not think he treats the regent properly. I think he... Alvin frowns. Well, I believe he called you a bird, for the record, if that helps at all.
Sorry, me?
Yes, you. You're a bronze dragon, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you personally familiar with him, out of curiosity?
No?
Oh?
Sorry, did he say out of character? He said that about all bronze dragons are birds?
Well, you can ask it in character. I don't know if I should clarify.
Oh, okay. In character. Oh, so Lord Silmahelv, well, I assume it's a lord, um, he thinks all bronze dragons are birds.
Well, he said that a little bronze bird was telling him things, and you seem awfully knowledgeable about the Lord Regent.
Trym stiffens.
Oh, yes, you've caught me out. How insightful of you. Yes, I do heartily encourage this union. I think it's a great idea. But anyway, it's not for me to decide. Oh, I like you. You're clever.
Alvin frowns at him.
He turns
Trym is giggling under her breath so hard right now.
his attention to Aldrik. So, what about you? It's so strange to see a dwarf carrying holy markings of a human cleric. Where are your kin? Where is your clan?
I am from the Giants Run Mountains. My kin remain there. I came away from there what I felt was a special calling after Lathander's intervention saved my life in a fight against a purple dragon.
And it is. Do not dwarves have a tendency to band together in adversity? Have you not called upon your clan in this matter?
Aldrik pauses and frowns. The reason my life needed saving was because my band was sent in as a distraction. We were not aware that we were sent in as a distraction. We were sent in as the sacrifice to pretend to negotiate, and instead we were betrayed.
Ah. And so now you leave your clan behind and seek to forge new bonds with a new clan. Is that correct?
Aldrik frowns further. Not a new clan that I seek, but pain remains from the betrayal from the previous clan, and I felt a new calling from this human god.
Interesting. And how do you assuage that pain? Tell me, does your church require oaths of chastity?
Aldrik raised an eyebrow. Lathander's church requiring chastity? Are you familiar with Lathander?
No, I am not. But do tell me more.
Oh, I could point you to some books.
I know. Aldrik actually glances over at Trym. Well, there are many stories. Lathander is a god of life and of youth, and there are certainly tales of his relations with Shantea.
And they are?
To be honest, that is an aspect of my god that I have not found of particular interest.
He seems disappointed. I am disappointed. Well, if you're just here to assuage the pain of your past, but you do not. Well, what are you doing to assuage the pain of your past then, if not partaking in the glories of your church?
I have found that it is necessary to have a purpose. And right now I have a purpose to follow this call of the light, and now it seems that I am back on a path that once again moves me towards conflict with this purple dragon. So perhaps in time there will be healing with my old clan.
He gives you a disappointed look. How cliché. Well, I suppose I've kept you long enough. On your way.
Trym, out of character, you're welcome to give him the Lathander and Shantea book.
Yes, I was actually thinking. She steps forward and pulls it out of her pack. She's like, if I had a better copy, I'd give it to you. But this has a little bit of the... She kind of hesitates and looks back at the others, blushing a little bit. A little bit of the history between Lathander and Shantia and their long-lasting alliance. She offers
Excellent.
it to him.
Thank you. And what of you, little one? Do you partake in the wider mysteries of your church?
She actually starts giggling a little bit and tries to stop it. Yes.
I am glad to hear it. Oh, it is so good to find young people embracing their youth. Well,
She kind of whispers, she's like, if you ever want some really juicy ones, just look me up in Waterdeep.
oh, one last thing, little one. What are your intentions with my relative?
Yes!
Yes. Show her the potion, Trym. Show her the potion. Show her.
Her mouth falls open. She looks like she's stunned to death. Ferdness? Oh. It... My primary objective at the moment is at least to steal one kiss. That's all. Right now. Eventually. I can't even go shopping with him before a whole freaking army disrupts it.
You should aim higher. We are a bold people.
She starts
We
scooting
rev-
back.
We revel in our strength. Carpe that diem.
What?
Anyway, I've kept you long enough.
Before we go, some clarity. Are you for or against us at this point in time?
He seems taken aback at the question. Well, I mean, four, I suppose. I mean,
Okay. Is there anything we can offer that would solidify that into something more concrete?
I suppose I should take the opportunity to encourage you to, how does one put this? Give Emil a second look.
Oh, I do that a lot.
Okay. Alvin frowns but nods. Okay. Is that it?
Well, I mean, it's Tiamat we're talking about. But no, wait, what can I ask for? What can I ask for?
If I may, What is your particular interest with Lord Slimeheave? I mean, Lord Emil.
He laughs. Oh, that I do like you. You are so clever. I have. Now you'll keep this to yourself, won't you?
As best as I am able.
I have long taken an interest in their house. They produce such a good amount of gossip. And I look in once in a while to try and guide their course. And I think that this is a good course for them to be taking.
May I ask why?
I mean, there are many reasons, but it sums to mutual benefit for both houses and for the city. There's much more at play than personal attachment.
I see. Thank you.
Of course, you scoot along now. You have such fun people to talk to.
Oh, word.
So, round of applause for Paul as and award for tonight's best actor.
That was good.
Fabulous. Well done.
Yeah, I was about to say, if I were in Trym's place, I'd be making the call me sign. Fergalus is old news.
I imagine he's the kind of dragon that would like write fan fiction about other people.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I was told specifically to ask nosy questions.
No, you did.
It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
Great.
Well done.
Oh, good times.
All right. You guys continue on into essentially what appears to be the last chamber. It is a very large, almost like a showcase type of chamber. There is an ancient gold dragon there. He is resting elevated kind of above the entryway. And you can see that there's platforms for four other dragons. And as you watch, the dragons that you have met slowly come up onto their platforms and form kind of like a half circle around you.
This feels very grand.
So the gold dragon kind of sits up slowly and it says, I shall call this council to session. You have met their representatives from the Lord's Alliance who ask for our help, our aid in their fight. Yeah, he looks down at you guys. I do not care for humanoids. They've betrayed our kind countless times before, and they can be counted on to do so again. What do you have to say? Gross.
Yes! I was about to say, that's a perfect way for a roach to go out.
Yep. I was like, I have to react quickly. What do I have handy?
Natural 20 initiative.
Yep. Anyway, what did I miss? It sounds like someone is dissing humans. I'm assuming it's the
Yep.
gold dragon that hates.
It is the gold dragon. The
Yeah,
panther
he's
is.
asking us to answer for past transgressions being nothing to do with.
Oh, okay.
Alvin will say, while I do not doubt the truth of what you say and the possibility that exists, would you not agree that the threat that Tiamat presents the world as a whole outweighs that possibility?
We plan to fight, Tiamat. I plan to fight. But I see no need to be in alliance, be under any command or agreement.
Surely you would only stand to benefit from such an agreement, correct? It's not a lasting alliance at the very least. It's just until the Well of Dragons and Tiamat's resurrection is stopped. I'm not sure on what regard betrayal could come across in that scenario. I'm not exactly sure I understand how you fear we would betray you there. Could you clarify that, please?
Look at who is among the evil. Are they dragons? Not all.
Yes.
Who decides to be archmages and liches? There's a red wizard among you. I consider her evil. She's human.
Duergrim nods. Yep. It's got her pegged.
The cult of the dragon, who leads?
A human.
Yes, and you have been fighting the cultists for quite a while. How many of them are human?
A fair number. But does that not, if anything, emphasize how strongly we are against them? More keenly, does it not point to the fact that we are willing to fight the fact that they are human, that not all humans are going to betray you?
Look at the world's most blighted creatures. They're descended from humans who have bargained with dark forces.
Alvin tries very hard not to look at Acodo.
Yeah.
Duergrim puts his hand on Alvin's shoulder. He's like, if I may, humans, the dwarf has some sliver of the experience that I'm sure you have. Humans are changeable and they are unreliable. They have failed you before and they shall fail you again. You are not mistaken. But as one may change to evil, another may change to good. And wow, what is this accent tonight?
Sounds great.
Oh, I feel like I'm like Hungarian.
It's fine. It's all Duergrim. It changes with his mood.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, and there are as many good as there are evil. I think that the good among them should be nurtured where they can, even as the evil among them are purged as they deserve. I think that, humans aside, this cause is just, and it is not too much effort to, at a minimum, try to ensure that our efforts are aligned towards our enemy instead of at each other.
He looks about at the other members of the council. Who among you are voting to support these?
Nimmer raises a talon. gives Trym a wink.
Eleuthera also raises a talon.
Taz Michaela raises a talon with the holy symbol on it.
Aldrik gives a small smile at seeing it there.
And Tuscaladar also. So Protanther says, "It appears that you have decided. It appears that you lesser folk have convinced some among us of some sort of worth. But the humans are always striving for power. That's why they create things such as the dragon masks, such as artifacts that continue to haunt future generations. You are lucky there are no elves among you."
Aldrik nods in agreement. Aye.
Is there anything we could do or say or provide that would incline you to be a little more favorable towards us?
He looks at you, thinking. It would be foolish of me to have you promise that you would support our council, our type of dragons, no matter what. That you would not fall into evil. That you would not, in your quest or thirst for power, use evil items, do evil things.
Did we already give them the gifts?
I was just thinking the same thing. We should probably give those. I don't know if now is the moment.
Now's
I think
definitely
now
the
is-
time to bust
now is
out
the moment.
Azeron.
Okay, all right. Let's not bring up Hazaron.
No, let's definitely bring up Hazaron. Duergrim, like, you can't see me, like, twitching my head towards Acodo.
Pull it out. Pull it out.
That's the time.
We didn't give the items to Lord Clarion, right? We
No.
still have them in the bag. Okay.
The bag of holding.
To that end, we have been entrusted with items from Waterdeep to return to you.
You, the council as a whole.
As evidence that this task is greater than our lust for power, we relinquish what would otherwise be very great power. I'm assuming these are powerful artifacts.
Yeah.
Turns out they're total trash.
I know, he's like, this is...
Literal garbage.
Okay, so you're placing the artifacts kind of like on the floor in front of you.
I'll arrange them all nicely.
Yeah, kind of holding them out.
What about Duergrim, like, tips his head towards someone. I don't know who. It's like, what about Hazaron?
Don't tip your head at me.
Fine. Trym.
After the other artifacts are spread out, she'll reach into Akodo's bag of holding and pull out Hazaron. And hold it out and say, "This is an ancient sword that has much evil surrounding it. Some among us, humans have tried to do their best to make this evil dissipate around it, to send it away. To my surprise, they have made progress. And it was decided to bring it forward to the council here today to see if they could further disperse the evil around it.
Protanther says, first of all, to the other dragons, take these gifts from Waterdeep away. And then says to you, Trym, lay that here in front of me.
She'll take it forward and lay it down at his feet.
All right. The other dragons do take the other items away.
Oh, I recognize this one. I thought it was in my hoard. Where? Wait. Did I give it to someone? Oh, well, I'm glad to have it back.
Told you I have been backstabbed before.
So Protanther looks over Hazaran and says, this is actually more proof that you humans do not understand and use things without fully understanding their nature.
And that is why we need wisdom. Why the humans need wisdom. To continue in the world, to help them grow as a race.
Well, I would suggest that the first thing you do is to not take everything as what is presented on the outside. Do you believe this to be an evil sword?
She looks at Hazaran, considering for a moment. I cannot see into the heart of anything with my mortal eyes. I can only observe what I see. I have seen this sword in particular and the hands of evil being used in evil ways. I have felt its bite. And it was evil. Whether the sword itself is or not, I cannot say. It is very polite.
Oh, it is evil. It is certainly evil. Acodo, I need a wisdom saving throw, please. At disadvantage.
Oh, yes! No, why? Why?
Hazaran's buddy. Help him.
Now comes the real question. Is he being possessed by the sword or the lich?
Oh man, dude.
Oh gosh.
Bad time.
Okay, so Acodo, you pick up the sword. Hazaran speaks to you. Pick up the sword. And you obviously don't have proficiency with greatsword.
Mm-hmm.
But I need you to go ahead and make an attack roll against Trym.
Okay. What is it, a d20? Plus nothing, I guess, because it's not proficiency, right?
No proficiency,
Just a
and
straight-up
then the
D20.
strength that I don't think you have.
No, I just have a straight 10. 0 modifier, so just a straight 20.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
All right, Trym, Acodo comes after you with this, with Hazaran.
Oh, really?
Duergrim
Okay.
whips out his weapon. I've been waiting for this.
Wait. This is the worst place to do this.
And
can't.
misses. So Trym, what do you do at this moment? Oh, actually, no. I need a wisdom saving throw.
For me?
Yes.
Tilldawn's not going to take that sitting down. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's like Tilldawn is ready to fight. Tilldawn gets to
Alvin.
kill Acodo and fight.
Oh
This is like the
my
perfect
God.
Yes!
Are you
Oh,
kidding
Sweet.
me?
Sweet.
This is the worst place to be doing this. Are you guys kidding me?
Best place
Alvin-
to be doing this.
Alvin is going to move forward to try and stun Acodo and take the sword whenever that comes relevant.
okay.
When-
It will come relevant because Trym, you do get to attack Acodo, and then we're going to the top of the initiative order.
It's a good thing I rolled really, really low.
I mean, it's a
Duergrim might kill Acodo before it's my turn.
At what point does Acodo start counting as undead?
He currently does not. But I can't guarantee that will be forever.
Oh my goodness.
All right. So Acodo, she hits you with Tilldawn, causes slices across your robes, causes some damage.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Duergrim, you are up.
Duergrim whips out Grudge Bearer. Looks angry and vindicated, but he says, "This is not the time, Lichling," and he casts Hold Person on Acodo.
Talking's a free action, but only on our turn, right?
You can go ahead and talk, though. I'm curious. Acodo would probably get Trym's aura, correct?
What? They're enemies right now, aren't they?
They are enemies. Their swords are enemies. But
Yeah, their swords are enemies.
But they're being possessed by their swords, controlled.
Not controlled, right? Influenced. I don't know how. I don't know how that works. Not like dominate, right?
I'm gonna say that they are enemies, so you would not get the aura.
As a free action, Alvin would tell Duergrim, it's the sword. Acodo, get the sword away from Acodo.
Actually, Duergrim's going to cast it at 3rd level on both of them.
Nice.
Okay.
It'll be really great if one of them passes, one of them fails, and then the one of them,
Oh my God.
auto crits.
Yes!
Wisdom
I
save?
want to save this now. Yes.
Hopefully Trym fails because she would annihilate Acodo.
But that would be so much fun to watch.
I mean,
For both Paul and Duergrim.
Oh,
Well-
thank goodness.
Are you
Oh.
kidding me? We've rolled the same thing twice.
we have. Yeah.
Well, they're
Twin
twin
swords.
swords.
Yep.
Enough of this.
Yeah, because I was thinking, I don't know if Acodo would counterspell it. What's Hazaron telling me to do? Like, just attack?
It depends on how much control the sword has.
I'm pretty sure it has control. With a 6.
Yeah, I think with that roll, it does have control.
Yeah, counterspell.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So Duergrim, as you move to cast Hold Person, Acodo sees your movement out of the corner of his eye and counterspells.
When this is done, Lichling, I'm going to beat you unconscious.
It's not him, it's the sword.
No, but Duergrim,
Alvin just sang it anyways.
Okay.
good for you, Alvin.
It's not me, it's the sword. That's the 3rd time I've said it.
Okay, Alvin.
Okay, I'm moving forward and stunning Acodo. I don't suppose I can pull my blows, can I?
Well, they're non-lethal, but I don't
Yeah,
think you have
but I
to worry
can't pull
about
them. Okay. I'm not gonna hit him with my quarter stuff, it's just gonna be unarmed. 19 hits.
Yeah, I'm not wearing. I mean, I'm attuned to the mask, but I'm not wearing.
Okay, it's DC 16. Connor, you're stunned. Okay, I take the sword from him.
Okay. Aldrik?
Does a sentient weapon count as a creature?
Not really, because it can't really move on its own. But what were you thinking?
I was going to consider banishing Hazaron. I literally I have no idea.
I don't either. So I would say no.
I'm not sure. I mean, it's a sentient item. Does that make it a creep? I don't know.
Yeah, my problem is I don't. Husron. These things don't have stats.
So it couldn't
Uh,
roll. It couldn't roll a save. That would seem to lean
Something
against
that
it being a creature.
that might make it relevant. By the way, I don't know how far away I was from Acodo, but as soon as I had the sword, I would have moved very far away from Trym, in whatever direction it would be necessary.
Okay.
They do have mental stats.
Okay. If you would like to try to banish Hazron,
Well,
I'm fine with that.
did you say that Alvin actually did successfully grab the weapon and run away?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because he can't resist, so I just took the sword and ran.
Okay. In that case, he probably I'll.
You can banish Trym.
Yeah, I don't really want to banish Trym or yeah, I don't particularly want to banish Tilldawn either. For now, I'll hold the banishment action. Should Tilldawn or not should Hazaron appear to take control of someone of anyone and make an aggressive move again. Does that work? So the trigger will be Hazaron appearing to control someone and attack.
And then you'll do banish?
And then I'll vanish, yeah.
Okay. As a reminder, though, if that trigger doesn't go off, you lose banish.
That's correct.
Okay. All right. So then...
And then Aldrik will just kind of move to position himself in between Hazaron and Tilldawn.
Okay. Acodo, you're stunned. So, and then Trym, I would say Alvin moved out of your range.
When she's held, right, by Duergrim.
She's
No, they got
No.
counterspelled.
It got counterspelled.
Yeah.
Oh, he
the whole
counterspelled
thing?
the whole thing.
Oh.
Okay, I'd been thinking it was just him. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. You can roll a wisdom saving throw at the end of your turn. Tilldawn is telling you to go attack Hazron, even though it'd have to be a dash or some other option.
Okay. Looking at my spells really quick. Okay, so how far away is Alvin in this room? I'm not sure how big this room is. I would assume pretty stinking big.
It is pretty large in order to accommodate 5 ancient dragons and not have them,
Right. So,
So I would say Alvin would have been able to move his speed at least. What is it, 50?
60.
60?
okay. So,
Yeah, I couldn't dash. I used my bonus action for unarmed. I used my action to pick up the sword, and then I went full 60 away.
eek. Okay. Well, let me see here. I think, yep, Misty Step's a bonus. So she would probably, since she she would probably Misty Step, which gets her 30, and then she can run. And can she dash with a bonus action, or does that eat up a bonus action?
It is not a bonus action. It would be considered
Your dash is your
attack.
action.
Yeah.
Okay, so then she could dash the remaining to him.
Yes,
Okay.
you just wouldn't be able to strike.
Okay, sweet. So she Misty Steps and then dashes toward him, and all the while she's growling, "This is not the time, you stupid sword!"
Fight it, Trym.
All right.
I feel
So
bad for calling her stupid now.
So you shake it off, okay? You find yourself holding Tilldawn about, 5 feet away from, or 10 feet away from Alvin.
Alvin staring at Trym wide-eyed. No.
It's okay. It's okay. I think I got it.
Okay, no offense. I'm still gonna move to the other side of the room.
That's alright. That's a good idea.
Are we out of combat now?
We are. Protantha.
Wait!
Trym will be
All right,
going back to protect Acodo.
Okay, so Protantha says, I believe in many ways you've proven my point.
I'm with
I
the
think
dragon
that's
on this
not
one.
fair.
No,
Yeah,
That wasn't us.
I'm with the dragon on this one.
You just stated this was an evil sword. This sword took control over my body.
And the fact that we had it, the fact that we were trying to tap it instead of destroying it, proves his point.
We are trying to
We
remove
are trying
the
to.
evil of this of
Yeah.
the sword.
That's why we
That was
brought
why
it
we brought
here.
it here.
So for him to get rid of the evil.
And had the swords given me a chance to finish some of my thoughts, I would have eventually gotten to the point that I'm fine with destroying it. I have searched for ingredients to destroy it. Or I'm fine with one of you taking it and putting it in your hoard. Whatever so pleases you, just so long as I don't have to see it again.
So Protantha says, so you agree that I can, since it is within my power, destroy the evil sword.
Well, I'm not one to judge your powers or anything, but I would assume if you're confident with it.
Out of character. Does Duergrim know enough about this situation to ask if this would have any effect on Tilldawn?
When Trym pulled him aside and explained it, she would have said that they were kind of a twin sword thing. But we didn't understand everything about them and their history.
Duergrim will say, in addition to the evil sword, we have another sentient weapon which you have just witnessed, and the two seem linked. Would the destruction of this evil also deprive us of the services of its less evil twin?
Protantha says, as I have said, you humans do not understand anything.
And I don't see anyone stepping forward to help them.
Would you be so kind as to explain?
Duergrim doesn't comment on the fact that he was just called a human.
Yeah. Protantha actually says, I won't explain, I'll demonstrate. He leans down. He touches Hazaran with his claw. A bright light pretty much emanates through the entire cavern. The other dragons all gather kind of focused, and then Trym, I need one more wisdom saving throw at disadvantage, please.
Oh my goodness, Trym.
What? She can't just sit by and let this happen? She's getting what she wants.
For the record, Alvin positioned himself very far away from Trym.
Okay, so Trym, I need you to attack Protanther.
Oh wow. Okay.
Is she in range to attack Protanther?
She
Again,
is,
I clearly said Alvin was very far away from Trym as soon as she came in control of herself. Like
Yes,
as far away from as she can be, and if he's touching Hazaron,
I mean, he can get 180 feet.
right?
well, Trym had come. Yeah, then you went.
Well, I mean, we've all been
But you
talking.
left. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the point. Is as soon as Trym came control of herself, Alvin positioned himself as far away as humanly possible, still holding Hazaron. So if Protanther came over to Hazaron, he should also be as far away as humanly possible from Trym.
I still want to see this happen, though.
Okay. So
But I mean, didn't we all
I
kind
would
of
say-
talk to Protanther?
I would say Alvin had to be close enough to hear the conversation.
Okay. Which is what? This is the cave echo.
I would
Well,
say in most conversations, dragons have loud voices, but you would have to be within 30 feet.
Okay. I don't think Alvin would want to be part of the conversation enough to position himself that close to Trym after what just happened. If necessary, he would just not be part of the conversation. Genuinely.
would you have just left Hazaron with Protanther and moved?
No, I would just moved with Hazaron. Hazaron can't be anywhere near Trym. We just saw that. If Protanther wants him to move forward with Hazaron, he'll do it then. If he wants Alvin to come to him, then he will. But otherwise,
Yeah, I envision this as you taking Protanther up to, or you taking Hazaron up to Protanther.
yeah, no, we didn't because I thought Protanther came to me. If I was within 30 feet of Trym, that wouldn't be the case. Because I was not picturing myself being within melee range of Trym, who just lost control and was attacking.
Okay. I am going to say that Protanther then took Hazaron from you.
Okay.
Okay. Went back to his post/stand. Okay. And then tried to purge Hazaron. Trym, Tilldawn is telling you to attack Protanther. He's not that close, but you essentially could get to him.
He's in moonbeam range.
Oh, yeah, he's in moonbeam range, but I'd say
But
he's also...
I'm pretty sure Tilldawn wants to attack him, not
Yes.
just Trym.
Yeah.
So, but I would say he's within Misty Step / movement range for you.
How far away is Trym from Acodo?
Would have been about, let me see, she used Misty Step and then she dashed.
You got to Alvin. It was 60 feet from that one position, and so that'd be 60 feet from Acodo.
Yeah. Okay, so Yeah, she's having a very internal talking to with this sword right now. Okay, so Protanthar is 30 feet plus 25 feet within range.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to dash at all.
Right.
Eesh. Okay. Great. So, yep. She will Misty Step again.
Counterspell.
Oh, can you counterspell?
Yes.
Yes, he can.
Yes. Thank you.
Good.
She goes to Misty Step and trips.
Trym. No.
Yeah. But you can still dash.
Okay. So at that point she would dash. That's only gonna get her blurg my brain.
50.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which is within 10 feet of him. But
Okay.
and then he actually does not seem too concerned. Says,
I wouldn't be either if I was ancient.
yeah, I forgot how much. I mean, you guys all saw your character sheets. He has
Yup.
596 hit points.
Yeah.
So
Right.
he's not.
Yeah.
He doesn't need.
Yeah, one halfling running at him is not particularly concerning.
And he says, and this is what I was telling you. He throws Hazaran down, kind of towards the group, makes a horrible sound of, great sword being thrown on rock. And he said, I have removed the mask or spell on that one. And then he says, but there is none on your sword, halfling. It is its own. It is fully aware of what it is and what it hides.
I've gathered that.
This is what I want. We giants will join. We dragons will join.
Plot twist.
This was really successful. All right, good job,
Big
guys.
giants in giant dragon costumes.
we dragons will join. I want one thing. Sorry, I changed my mind. I want two things. I want you to find someone worthy of that sword. He kind of gestures to Hazaran. And then he says, and I want an apology from the elves for their creation of Draco Rage Mythal, which send dragons insane for thousands of years.
Oh, is out of character, is that the Dracorn? Is that what he's referencing?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
it's a
Something
special
else?
type of ancient. It's a special type of high magic.
Oh, okay. Could you write that in chat, please?
Yes.
So if I remember correctly, mythals are like very powerful almost living enchantments that dwell in specific places, like ancient elven cities.
Living in the sense that it evolves, or living in the sense that it's sentient?
I think I don't know. That's just from what my readings.
So. So he essentially removed the evil from Hazaran. Is that what he did? Or he just.
Yeah, if he's not inclined to take it, Alvin will pick it up and move far away from Trym.
Wait, what was his point about Tilldawn? Was his point that Tilldawn is also evil?
We've
No,
kind of gathered at this point.
Wow.
I don't think evil is quite right, but
It has a purpose, and it's singularly driven to that purpose.
yes.
Are you asking him?
suppose. Wait, if you could clarify what just happened. So you have unmasked the evil sword? Is it no longer evil, or is it indisputably evil? And do you mean to say that Tilldawn is also evil?
So he says, first, I will explain this to you lesser folks. But first, I want some sort of guarantee that you will get this apology from the elves.
Does this have to come from a particular elf? We only know the wood elves, really.
We know of King Melendrock. Will he suffice?
He will do.
Okay, yeah. We know him, and I believe we've left on good terms,
Yeah.
as good as could be expected. So I don't think that is out of the question by any means.
And frankly, he owes us somewhat of a favor.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be clear, we all know that the elves have minds of their own. And may not be easily persuaded. We think we have a good in here, but you really want us to guarantee it and set yourself up for a possible disappointment there again?
I won't be disappointed.
I will guarantee that we will fight for the apology. I cannot
Yes.
guarantee what their reaction will be.
Very strongly. I have a hard time imagining him saying no, given that what's in the balance is the weight of your alliance. And likely the rest of the council would be backing the necessity of his apology.
And I will guarantee we will ally with you to fight the entrance of Tiamat into this world once you obtain that apology.
Okay, and your secondary condition?
That was the worthy holder for Hazaron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was that the first one? Okay.
Yeah. He says,
Aldrik speaks up. What would qualify as a worthy holder for an evil sword?
Hazaron is not evil. Hazaron was not forged as evil.
What was it forged as?
Hazaron was forged as part of a special artifact. One part out of 3.
I was afraid of that.
And Tilldawn is the second piece?
Yes, they are twins. One good, one evil, created as a balance. Separated.
So if they are twins and Hazaron is not evil, does that mean that Tilldawn is the evil one?
She has been fooling generations of you lesser folk.
So the light one is the better one!
We called it.
Yes. Yeah, Trym.
Oh,
We have long had our suspicions in this regard.
She is part, as is Hazaron, of an artifact that was worn by Larlock.
Wow.
Oh, is this the crown thing
Yeah, it's a crown.
that he wants to reforge?
Mm.
That's Acodo's whole job.
Ooh.
Acodo's job is to reforge the crown, right?
Well, he hasn't given me a job.
Didn't he?
Is that not your onus? Is that not? Has he not
No.
given you a condition for his contract?
I
No?
mean, as far as I know, contract hasn't been. I mean, we can't read the contract, but Boers has stated that that's what he's wanted. I guess he's been wanting to forge it, but he hasn't told Acodo directly to do it.
No? Okay. Well, that's good, at least.
Acodo has just signed that he's going to do it.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what the contract says. That's what we discussed. Boris and I told you that was what the contract said.
Akodo's living his own perspective of the
Kind of
contract.
it just zones out whenever they go into fine detail.
Yeah, it's like,
I wonder what Tilldawn is doing. And to be entirely clear, do you know what the third piece is? He says to the gold dragon.
no.
Uh,
Okay.
Aldrik turns to Trym. Does it sound as if this is the third piece that Rathmodor carries?
She nods.
Do you know specifically what that piece is?
Something that the Tharkian said left me wondering if it was perhaps a rune mirror or something similar. But she never specified.
Okay, well, on the bright side, I feel much better holding this sword.
Protanthar says, had you not noticed, Tilldawn kills undead, but to weaken other liches and other undead.
But doesn't it want to kill Acodo?
How do you think, after centuries, she has survived? By hiding her true nature. By convincing others that she is not evil. She has killed many liches.
I have to imagine that the Shadow King would see other liches as potential rivals, and so it would be easy to combine the two, to kill rivals and to further the pretending of being good. Boris said that this crown it changes the wearer and it influences them, and the descriptions of how it does that sound very much like the rune wells that we have sought.
Alvin looks at Nokia and says, I think we have a reason now more than ever to go after Wrath then.
Protanthar says, when this is over, if you ever find all three pieces, I would recommend you ask Eleuthera here to scatter them to other planes.
Eleuthera nods.
Trym nods.
Would it not be better to
Hmm.
scatter one of them now to ensure that the three are never united? If we were to scatter Tilldawn, wouldn't that ensure that the crown would never be reforged?
Alvin, or looks at Trym and holds up the other arm. Do you want a new sword?
Trym looks at Tilldawn, and then she'll stab her into a crack in the stone beneath her feet and say, if we don't want this crown ever reforged or rebuilt, Then let's scatter the evil one now. And she's got her hands off.
Okay. So Protanther looks to Luther to do the honors.
Okay. Luther will come forward and pull it out of the stone, like between two claws. Like a tiny little toothpick.
Mm-hmm. And let's just say, while you cast essentially the extraplanar banishment type of spell, you do need to do 2 legendary saving throws.
Oh, okay.
And it's just part of
Yeah,
Just
just
use legendary resist.
yes, legendary resist. Yes. Protanther says, "Send notice when we are to receive the king of the elves to apologize."
So, to be clear, you want him here to apologize to you in person.
Yes. I do not plan to travel to Waterdeep. The next place will probably be the Well of Dragons.
Okay. And for further clarification, I'll look at Duergrim. His cousin is also supposed to come here in person?
I would
Yes.
prefer it.
Okay.
Okay.
Alvin will offer Hazaran to Trym.
Do you have any suggestions as to what might make a worthy wielder? Worthy.
Protanther says, Hazran will choose. Now, where is this basilisk?
Alvin stiffens as he's holding out the sword to Trym.
Trym will she hesitated, but now she'll quickly take Hazaran from him.
Are you
Trym
talking?
just easily just one sword to another, no big deal.
Yeah.
It's like Acodo on his tattoos.
Tilldawn is yesterday's news. You want to speak with Bo?
Is that what you call it?
That is her name. Well, she answers to it at least. It's a much longer name, but it's fine. I won't bother with it. Alvin will pull out his pack and open it so Bo can crawl out.
Okay. Bo looks at Protanther. Protanther looks at Bo.
Is he going cross-eyed?
Yes, because it's kind of very large hand. I would like to see the gem as well.
Okay. Alvin will reach in his pack and open the secret pocket at the bottom and pull it out.
Which gem is this?
It's the soul gem that Kale
Okay.
got legs from. It's cracked though.
So yeah, he looks it over. And then he says, set it on the ground.
Okay. Alvin puts the soul gem on the ground.
And stand clear.
Okay. Alvin picks up Bo and gets very far out of range.
Yeah. And he kind of waits till everyone moves out of range. He exhales a big thing of fire. And then when he's done, the gem has changed color. It still has a little bit of a crack, but not as big.
Alvin waits for it to cool before he tries to touch it again.
Yeah.
May I ask what you just did?
You will see. I don't tell very often.
You've done this before?
No.
So you don't tell at all?
I love Alvin's sassiness with the dragons.
Yep.
Okay, Alvin will pick it up, put it back in the pack, and kind of just hold bow. If you eat the things I tell you, you can be like one of them one day.
Aldrik steps forward. Question: what exactly is bow?
Bo is what she will make of herself.
The basics.
Wow, that really answered questions.
She's a baby Tarask.
Oh my word, that's genius.
That would be the best friend. Alvin riding around on a Tarrasque across the countryside.
Grow faster, grow faster. We need you soon.
She just goes to sleep for 50 years.
Yeah. All
Alvin
right.
dies of old age.
No, Alvin will live way past 50.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys slowly make your way back out of the cavern. Lord Clarion's waiting. Kind of looks you over. Decides it goes as well as anyone who meets with the council. And flies you back to Everland. You are back. It's late, actually, at this point. So you have the option of staying in Everland or teleporting back to Waterdeep.
Aldrik would vote for heading back to Waterdeep and to head back to the news.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. You go around the town a little bit, find the person who teleports for the circle. He comes out from his dinner, teleports you back to Waterdeep, and you are told that the council will be meeting in the morning. And we will call it a night.
All right.
Yeah, went pretty well. 5 for 5 on dragons.
Yeah, everything went better than expected.
Yeah. We even got rid of the evil sword.
The rude sword.
Trina's going to be so disappointed in Hazaron. That's all I'm thinking.
That's also going to be way less cool.
Yeah.
You got way less wisdom saves, Trym.
Yeah.
Way less trying to murder fellow party members.
Right.
You too, Acodo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Duergrim has to beat the shit out of Acodo still. Duergrim's like, Acodo, do you want to do this the easy way or the hard way?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Acodo dimension doors.
Yeah.
First of all, you would not be allowed to do this on castle ground, so you'll have to do it out on the street.
Okay. I'll find him later. This is just going to get harder. I'll have to choose less convenient locations and timings next time.
Akodo's going to be down to 1 spell slot because he has to keep a dimension door in reserve at all times.
Right.
All right.
Alright, sounds good.
Thank you very much.
You thought, good night.
I guess.